Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your new moon in Leo reading on August the 4th. The new moon is going to focus on the area of your significant relationships. Significant others can be people, they can also be anything, goals, aspirations that speak to your potential, as your most significant relationships do as well. So, this is a general reading. It is not going to resonate for everyone. If you're interested in a personal reading, please look in the description box below for the information you need. I am happy to be here. I welcome you and appreciate all the support that you bring to me simply through your presence. So let's get started, Aquarius, with your overall energy, the Lovers. This is precisely the area of focus of this new moon in Leo. The energy of a shining heart is what is coming through, and this is part of a thread of a theme that has been emerging for many of you Aquarians over the last, I would say, since the beginning of this year. You are in a position to choose yourself. This is about choosing you. And what I mean by that is that you have tapped in to a deeper connection with your higher self. This is not just something you randomly hit upon one day. This is the result of your having done some really deep work in facing those behaviors, those patterns of behaviors, thoughts and actions that did not reflect a part of you that you were comfortable with, that you came to recognize were restricting the possibilities in your experience. And having uh, faced those aspects of yourself, you have become connected to your potential. You've recognized your deservedness to pursue the things that have deeper meaning to you, to choose those relationships, those goals that reflect your dreams, your aspirations, your highest purpose. And so here you are looking at each project, each opportunity, each relationship for the way in which you can connect and build together towards a similar vision from a place of deep self respect as a whole person that is connecting similarly with a whole person. In the 10th house, this is your social position, the way the world sees you, justice. This is really you acknowledging how hard you may have already worked at something that has perhaps until recently not yielded the rewards or the recognition that you feel you have earned. Sometimes this is the result of serious abuse, exploitation, or oppression of some sort. But rather than simply experiencing that as a burdensome uh, injustice, you have empowered yourself to a place of advocacy in order to claim, name, and claim uh, the redress that you believe is fair, that is equal, that is harmonious, that represents your just deserts. This is also your giving a voice to others who have experienced some form of abuse, misuse, or unfairness. And through that, you become a model of empowerment through simply finding the words, the courage to address and harmonize that imbalance through the means possible, and articulating, claiming that fair, equal treatment is part of what others resonate to you for, what you model for others, So this can be anything from a sense of balance in your life, of having found and negotiated with in relationships in which you were unfairly treated, to being a significant player in an organization that actually undertakes some form of social justice or retribution for those who have suffered. In the first house, this is your focus, the magician. You are building something that reflects your sense of uh, development and expression. This is something that you realize you have all the resources at hand to accomplish, and that you now have the clarity of purpose in order to effect this long lasting change, uh, this building, this putting this project or organization, this team together that can affect some kind of a change, that can give voice to others who have perhaps suffered or are demanding redress for. This is a beautiful card of advocacy, again, for a valid and just cause. This can also be about your awareness of the sustainability of the environment in order to elevate the conditions of suffering in the world. In the fourth house, this is the house of your roots, your history. This can be your family, your domestic environment. The Seven of Pentacles is about a kind of plateau that you may have achieved in your home life. You have sustained a system, a personal system that has supported the work that you do. And yet you're understanding that you have an opportunity now to invest newly into yourself, into your base of operations, your domestic environment, in order to maximize the rewards, the success of your project, the project that you are focusing on at this point. It requires a rearrangement of your resources. You understand that you can't sustain more with the same system of routine, of balance, of uh, effort that has gotten you to where you are now. In the house of significant others, the seventh house, the strength card. It looks to me that you've been holding the line in your family, in your relationships, in a way that has supported others. This is the focus I'm getting. You're the strong one. You know you're the strong one, and you may have been the rock, the pillar in a relationship, in a family system, in your relationships professionally, in your community, in a way that has seeded some very positive karma for you emotionally. This card is really asking you to continue to exhibit that kind of strength, because my sense is what it is doing for you is allowing you to suss out those appropriate partnerships, resources, alliances that are going to find you those partners, long term partners, those long term opportunities that will help you to sustain the creation of something new, of a new expression of your desire to help and be of service to others in the world. I hope this reading is resonating for you, Aquarius. If it is, please like this video. Even if it isn't, you can still like this video. Share this with others and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is deeply appreciated, and I feel appreciated when you support me in that way. I pulled the Egyptian cobra, and the key word is wisdom. You have power and grace Know when to use your voice and when to use your venom. This is resonating for me with the Strength card. This is about that silent power, that behind the scenes power that you have been exhibiting for a long time. It doesn't mean that others can't support you or don't support you. It's simply that as a method of functioning, a method of operation, you recognize that others often need help to do their best. And you are able to be humble enough to contribute to that without an expectation of reward. You understand that as you support members of a team, that maximizes the opportunity, the potential for success. And from the Hummingbird Oracle, for a slightly lighter touch, I have pulled Glorious Breath. These cards are so absolutely beautiful. Inhale the wonder of life. Exhale and relax into the fullness of your true self. This is a deep level of awakening and acknowledgement of who you are, who you always have been, but there's a deliberate stepping into your potential, pursuing your ultimate, most significant dreams here. The Magician in the first house is clarified by the Five of Jades and the Eight of Swords. You are motivated in many cases, for many of you, from a sense of lack that you may have experienced as part of your childhood, your coming of age, your formative years, or your family system. The Five of Jades is about being labeled, being put in a box. And I have no doubt that many of you are original, you're unique, and that may have marked you in an unfavorable way as part of your growing up, coming of age experience. Much of that being put in a, a marginal box of some sort, or being laden over with expectations that others uh, projected onto you with what they believed were their best intentions, um, is something that you have striven to break out of. You have internalized much of this labeling, no matter, and particularly if you have rebelled against it. That is, in and of itself, a confirmation of the labeling you received. It's validating it. Instead, this is the journey that you've been on that has helped you to get in touch, connect with your higher self, your recognition that you have limitless potential. And that is something that has come clear to you and that you're now aware of and motivates your reach for something that is original to you. The Eight of Swords for me is indicating the amount of pressure you can be under. Because of the tremendous social power I see you wielding in your environment, in your world, wherever that is, you are privy to unsolicited advice, the expectations, the ideas, the information that others believe should be motivating your actions. By virtue of your own experience, you've seen and experienced a number of strategies, divergent strategies that keep you in a cycle of overthinking, overanalyzing. It's hard at times for you to rein in the monkey mind, and that is actually physically exhausting you at a time when you really do need your internal strength, energy, and faith, belief in yourself. This depletes that. So this anxiety is something that we're all vulnerable to. There's so much uncertainty in the world at large. It is natural to contemplate some of the extraneous information that's always floating around in the environment. But you are encouraged to shut that out. Trust instead in your intuition. You know enough. You know more than enough. You're prepared. If you don't have all the ideas in this moment, they'll come to you when you need them. This is a plea for you to relax. In the fourth house, the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Cups in the fifth house and the Servant of Swords in the sixth house. It's interesting because when you sink into your creative self, when you open up your heart, when you allow yourself to experience the pleasures and joys, the satisfaction of doing the work that you do, interacting with people, making your work into play, bringing humor, lightness, you are brilliant, you are satisfied, you are joyful, you are so compassionate, you feel good, and you are aligning yourself with those that support you, those that recognize the fullness of your process of generating ideas in abundance. It's the process itself that gives you pleasure. This is hard won. You've had a lot of experiences where you didn't fit neatly, where you were overlooked, you were dismissed, or you weren't taken seriously. You were even exploited. And in terms of those very people, you are contemplating the ways in which you can move around or activate the elements in your environment in order to create a sincere and authentic collaboration. You may not know exactly what to do, and this is coming up again. You may not have the exact right key idea for the way in which you're going to be working with the variety of people available to you, the potential collaborators, the resources, the information, but you do know enough to let your curiosity lead you. And that is how you are able to engage others in this process so that you are taking notes, you're observing, you're listening to new ideas, you're asking questions, and you're listening. And you are allowing your imagination to create and tap into your intuition to allow the information you need, the relationships to emerge in a healthy environment. The Strength card in the seventh house is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Jades, and the Ace of Staffs. You are successful at cultivating your own garden, your own gifts, your own talents, your own resources. You have a place of independence in your life, particularly in regards to your most intimate, most significant relationships. You come complete. You feel that you can stand on your own 2 feet. And in many ways, that's what activates your significant partnerships in your life because you're not looking to lean on others, but you do allow others to lean on you. That does not jeopardize your independence. In fact, that makes you a continuing, resourceful partner, a compassionate partner, but you also know how to retreat into your garden, enjoy your accomplishments, the things you've gathered and built on your own terms. This is a place of tremendous power where you know how to invest in yourself, and you know that that ability to continuously invest in yourself is what moves you into higher levels of success. It also gives you the ability to invest in others who are similarly aligned to you. And of course, the Ace of Staffs, the Ace of Wands is that new direction. I believe this is a result of this really holistic healing journey you've been on. Talk about a cliche. This ability to having navigated through those uncomfortable behaviors, that sense of isolation or marginalization or limitation that you have faced, and that has helped you to validate your right to pursue your higher potential, that there is no limit to what you can do. And with that sense of empowerment, you're moving forward in the way that you have been so inspired. This is absolutely about discovery, about exploration, the big wide world of connecting with people of greater and greater diversity, less and less familiar to you, with a belief, a faith in the desire and ability to grow. In the 10th house, the Justice card is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. And in the 12th house, the Ace of Cups. Lovely. Yeah, earlier I talked about this way in which you are strong and allow yourself to support others without judgment, without expectation of recompense. This is a real belief that the stronger each member of your team is, the more successful your project will be. And the Wheel of Fortune, in many ways, builds upon that and recognizes by creating opportunities that you have manifested, by this humility in supporting others along the path of achievement, you have created an opportunity for yourself to truly build. It actually brings us right back to the Lover's card in the beginning, that you're in a position now to choose those things that will contribute to long-term growth and development, something long-lasting and of value to others. The Ace of Cups is really the seed of this whole opportunity in your life. There is a lot of spiritual challenges that you have chosen. By opening up your heart, by digging into those uncomfortable places in your own behavior, you've actually allowed yourself to be healed, to be grateful for the difficulties you've overcome. And that gratitude is part of the springboard to pursuing your dreams, pursuing those things that are right for you, that give you the potential to be your whole self, to exhibit your imaginative powers, your open compassion for others. You are engaging this aspect of yourself in a way that signals to the world that you're ready to be loved, that you are worthy to be loved for who you are. I'm going to finish this reading, Aquarius, with a Yogic Path Oracle, and hope this has been helpful to you. And I pulled Kriya. Excuse me. I will look up Kriya in the guidebook. Kriya is effortless flow. Life feels like a river that you're graciously floating down with ease. You are on the path of your highest purpose, and doors are opening for you. One connection leads to another, and things are moving at high speed. Don't feel overwhelmed. This is how life is meant to be experienced. When you are in this flow, everything requires far less effort. The universe is propelling you in the direction of your purpose and providing you with assistance to fulfill the very important role you play. You no longer have to push, but rather can surrender to the greater forces at play. Keep up the flow and don't lose sight of your greater goal, uplifting the vibration of the planet. As always, thank you, Aquarius, for taking us there. Until next time, namaste.